We both here, standing on business with no fear. I mean that. It's the ring champs when the smoke clears.
Past 72 hours, I mean, from doing stuff in LAX, and then on top of that, flying all the way to Saudi, going to the event, to the showing. Those are my guys, man. I love Barak, I love Ak, man.
Yo, what's good? Straight off the flight?
Already, yeah.
Came straight to us, to the ring champs. What's good?
Been good, man.
Ready? How was your flight?
What's
going on, fight fans? Welcome back to another edition of Ring Champs. I go by the name of Ak.
And I'm Barak the Boxing Bully.
Thanks for joining us. Friends of the room, one of the most exciting, explosive fighters in all of boxing. Some say two-time undisputed champion, our guy, the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez.
Well, I don't know if we're still friends, man. I don't know, because you've been doing some crazy stuff.
Friends.
For promotion.
No, we're going to get into that.
How many of us have them?
We're going to jump into that right away, right?
I know that song right there. That's old school right there.
Oh, come on now.
He's a soul. Look, I mean, he got the velvet do-rag. He got a little soul. Let's get into it so we can get the elephant in the room.
Let's go.
Address it right away. We're going to talk boxing and what's coming up. A lot of stuff going on this year.
Especially this week, too.
Right. Obviously, you were on the internet for a very long time because of the comments you made about Gervonta and Crawford, right? But since then, you're fresh off of Saudi and you ran into Terrence Crawford, who addressed the situation, and you told him that this was for promotion. My question to you is, and we'll get into that interaction with you and Bud. In hindsight, do you feel it was worth it, right? Whatever you said or did for promotion, do you feel that you got what you wanted to get out of it? Was it all worth it with the people you offended?
The people I offended?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are offended about the comments because they took it as a racist comment. Now, me knowing you, I never saw you as a racist at all, right? I mean, you're from Brooklyn, and you never gave that energy, but people took it that way, right? So do you regret anything that you said?
No, I don't regret anything I said, because at the end of it all, it's really it's sports entertainment. There's no such thing as bad publicity. There's no such thing as good publicity when it comes to unless it's like a murder charge or battery on a woman or something like that for fighters. So to be honest though, let me actually clarify for everybody, because people think that was just a hindsight moment with me and Crawford, but we already discussed that in Turkey's farmhouse.
Okay.
We already had
Explain what you mean.
So me and Crawford, he's coming out the room and I'm sitting with David Benavidez. So we're just waiting to get in our turn, and then we all ended up staying in the same room. Prior to that though, Crawford, being Crawford, he wants to discuss the situation. I said, but when are we gonna still fight though? I would want to fight. And I said 154. So my whole thing right there, but I already see that he's not gonna fight until he gets Canelo.
Right.
But anyways, to that point, he asks me, what was the whole purpose of that though? And I said, to promote, and so I could get a fight with y'all.
Right.
Cause he asked me too, like on a sincere level. He said, what was that all about? You really on that? I said, nah, bro, it's really just for promotion reasons.
Right.
That way I get these fights going with y'all.
Right.
So he said, all right. He pat me in the back twice, and then that was it. We get to the room with Turkey, and then we start discussing fights that we all planning on doing this year and next year. That was about it. So that was before the thing right there.
Right.
But then me and Crawford was chill. We was talking like nothing ever happened after that. So then that video right there, Crawford being Crawford, that's cool. Cause my point of view right there in that moment of vibes is like, I don't need to be fighting with you no more. We already discussed this shit.
You don't
so you can punk me whatever they want to say.
People are saying that.
No, it's true.
He chunked you off. How do you feel about that?
I don't care, because it's already discussed prior to it. So now that's just all marketing and show. So you know what? If anything, I don't regret it. Go ahead. Y'all get a little bit lick back from it. But then that lets me know on another version of something. Everybody was tuning in, and now they got something out of it. And that lets me know, all the dummies out there, that they've been watching me. So it's been working. It's been working.
I guess so. I mean, I knew you for a long time, since you was younger. So I obviously know you're not racist, or I feel you're not racist. But that don't mean I like what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I like what you was doing. But what did you get out of it so far? Do you think a fight is gonna come up out of it?
Not with Crawford. That's for sure, because he already got his.
But what about Keyshawn? Because Keyshawn's saying now, nah, I ain't fighting him now. He racist. I ain't fighting him. How you
That's
feel about
crazy,
that?
though. That's crazy. That wasn't how it was back then.
I don't agree
You
with
talk
that.
about old school and shit, but like, wouldn't you want to like, nah, let me shut up this racist fuck?
No, I'm saying I do get your point, right? Because Shakur said, I don't know about anybody else, but I'll fight him. I'm not gonna not give him a fight.
But what else
I think
did
he's a racist.
what else did Shakur say?
Yeah, he said he went to bat for you. He said, I know him. He's not racist or whatever.
he
Yeah,
said
that's
he's not
obvious.
racist.
That's obvious you're not.
He said, but he called what you were doing goofy. He doesn't know why you're doing it. Now, speaking of Keyshawn that he just brought up, I'm not sure if your address is on the internet, right? But are you the person that send the watermelon and the bananas to Keyshawn's room because you were watching a video, eating a banana, laughing, and that's what's out now. They took it away from Baranchik and said it wasn't him, it was you. So was it really you?
No, it wasn't me.
You serious?
You're serious.
No,
Be
serious.
honest.
Serious.
What
Yeah.
Serious,
If you want to break
Stop,
some news, be
stop.
honest.
No, I'm being
wasn't you.
straightforward.
So
with
who
y'all.
could it have
So,
been?
so you saw it and said, let me capitalize on this and let me eat a banana.
Exactly. Yeah. Yo, that's how I do.
Baranchik was sitting there not knowing English. He
but-
don't know what's going on.
All right,
like,
so I think it's an inside job. That's what I think.
What?
Me personally.
Like
I think it's
Keyshawn's
Keyshawn's
team did that?
whoever it was, whether I don't want to put the whole thing, but if it's an inside job, it could be promotion, network, and or team. So it could be others.
Bring some promotion to the card?
Exactly. So what did I do? If anything, I helped Baranchik and Baranchik and Ukraine. I kind of helped them on that side, and I put the blame back on me. And Usyk, who I ran to in Saudi, he laughed and he was good, like giggling about it. He said, "Thanks, bro. Thanks, champ." And we took a photo. But it's just I don't care.
They won't understand the culture here in America and how offensive that could be to.
And a watermelon, I think that's just being extra because I think Latinos love watermelon. Everybody loves
for
fucking
sure.
watermelon.
No
You
doubt.
know what I mean? So I think that's not something I would do.
Right.
You wouldn't go that far. You wouldn't go that far.
Huh?
You wouldn't go that far.
I don't want to say that.
God, yo, this is the new Teofimo.
On the record,
I just do it prettier, I guess. I do it a little bit nicer.
all right. So,
Because all I did was eat a banana and laugh, and
Right.
people already put the blame on me.
and you accepted it.
But
you took it.
but you basically wanted the blame, the way you did that. Come on.
This is how you promote.
Right. So in other
I
words,
haven't fought since June 29th.
so you're getting, just to kind of wrap that subject up, you got what you wanted to get out of, monkey, bananas, and all those other, I guess, offensive things to some people. You feel like you got what you needed to get out of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
All right.
I think so. I think that it lets me know maneuvers of one thing, and that's yeah, they say chess, checkers, all this extra stuff, but it's like I'm still on the board. That means that I still get a play at this game of that we call boxing or the game that we call of life.
I think all
But I'm
publicity,
not trying. Yeah.
all publicity is not necessarily good because you could lose endorsements, you could lose friends, you know what I mean? You could lose supporters, so just because people know, that doesn't mean it's good.
How was
And that's why I said,
how
I
did
know
Floyd do
you,
it
I
then?
didn't like, it don't, that's what
How
I'm
was
saying.
Floyd do it?
It doesn't matter, but
How did
Floyd
he
didn't go
flip
that
300
far
mil?
when it comes to race. Those stereotypes.
All right, what
they was
about B-Hop, Bernard Hopkins? Puerto Rican flag.
he had to run out of there too.
He had to run out of
He
there.
had to run out of there, didn't he?
And B-Hop I do, but
He made it out of there alive, luckily,
But it's always been around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just the type of person that old school type vibe. It's just I can't let people forget the origin of this.
All right, so being that we're on the race topic, let me keep going because
But we are racist. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We are racist, all of us. You know why? Because we're against the one true race that matters the most, and that's the human race.
I'm with you.
We're all divided.
I'm with you.
Think about it.
I
We're
can't
all
disagree
divided.
I can't disagree with that.
I'm with you.
Let's talk about
You know what I'm saying?
color and race. You threw a subliminal out there to one of our partners here and our colleagues, and Andre Ward, once upon a time, insinuating that he only wants to interview black fighters, right? I mean, we've seen him all with Caleb Plant, so that's obviously not true. But give me your take on that, and why did you say that?
So that he could get an interview with him.
Oh, okay, so that was one promotion.
I thought he was going to say something different.
No.
Something profound.
Yeah.
No,
I
come
thought
on,
we
yo.
were
Me
right.
and Ward have had our interactions, bro, and sometimes we've even had our points where we just mano y mano, like deadlocked.
Like conversations. Is it
No.
based on some of the...
No, like we just,
Or just staring at each other?
like the ego trips.
Did you have problems
But-
with the way he called some of your fights at ESPN?
No. I don't mind. It's constructive criticism. Right. Teddy Atlas, I was just with him. We were doing we were commentating one of the fights. I think Big Bang Shang.
Oh, okay.
And we was commentating, but I was talking to Teddy, and Teddy's freaking has given me the most constructive criticism in my game of fighting. How I'm not consistent in my plans and my fight games and fight matches. I told him at the side. I said, "Yo, bro, I don't take it bad. I take it as constructive criticism because I'm gonna go back in the drawing board and figure out what the problem is. If there is a problem, then I gotta go and fix it. But that's part of it. Andre Ward, Josh Taylor. Right before I went in the ring, and right before everything, I just looked at him. He looked at me, and he went like this, and we just stared like, I'm about to show you. Like we ain't say nothing, but I'm in the ring, gloved up already, about to fight Josh Taylor. Me technically for undisputed. But for the Ring Magazine and the WBO.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just staring at him, and we locked eyes. And pretty much he knows what that means. That means like, I'm about to show you what I'm about to fucking do.
So
all the talk, now it's time I'm going to show you what I do.
You felt that Andre Ward wasn't picking you for that fight?
Nobody was.
No, get out of here. We knew you was going to beat him.
Yeah, we picked you for that fight.
I thought that was going to
be him. Okay, how about this though?
I'm on a record.
All right, bet. I appreciate y'all for it. But the thing is, like, at least for the most part, the writers in the game, and I think just the people in the network didn't expect me to win.
So after you won, did you look at Andre Ward?
No, I already did it prior to it. Mm-hmm. So whatever the win was already the stamp right there for him.
All right, so.
And that was his last show, right? Or something like that. He had one more fight. I think it was his one of his last shows before he left ESPN.
Right.
And Max Kellerman too. Right. Max Kellerman said that on me beating Josh Taylor, that would determine me as he wouldn't see or disagree with me being a 2-time undisputed world champion.
Right. I mean,
and
either way,
ESPN let him go after that.
Either way, you're lineal no matter what. You're lineal no matter what. So you're the real champion. Like right now, you are the real champion.
Yeah.
Back in the days, they didn't call everybody a champion. They said titleist, and they said champion. So you'd be the champion. Yeah. And everybody else would be titleist for now. You know what I mean? So, all right, so I want to talk about...
It's starting to shift a little bit.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't know if it's with everyone or just with me in particular, and that's why I came out here and did things that I knew that it's a gamble. Boxing is hit, don't get hit. Boxing is where you hit, you might get hit. You can't go in water and expect not to get wet. So I think that it's that's why I did these things where I was navigating and maneuvering the way I was with even with my people and in the black culture and everything. I think I was navigating that way because I knew I would get shit out of it, but it's to keep me in that loop because I need to stay in this loop.
In the
as much as I
conversation because you're not fighting because you haven't fought in a year.
It hasn't been a year just yet since I fought, but it's more than that. It's the fact that I'm dealing with certain situations where there's hubs in this boxing game or just in industries overall, in many aspects. Mm-hmm. And if you're not if you're not kissing the right or doing the right things for them for the way they want it, then there's a hard way of not getting the things that you need or deserve.
Boom. New year, but the same excitement. Why? Because we teamed up with DraftKings, that's why.
Jump in on all the action with our partners at DraftKings. This is a historic matchup between Conor Benn and Eubank Jr., but it just got worse because he cracked him in the face with an egg, and it seemed like Conor really wanted to get a hold of him. Do you think it's serving Eubank well for this, or is he in trouble now?
Eggs are expensive now.
Yeah,
man. I mean, he had to hit him. That was a $10 slap right there.
Check out all DraftKings has to offer and use our promo code ATSFights.
With so many different ways to play, DraftKings has something for every sports fan.
Get in on all the action.
Check out all the DraftKings have to offer, either on the app or on the website. Tap in right now. Hold on, you still here? Come on. Go download the DraftKings app right now. All you new customers, use my promo code ATSFights. Level up your fight experience today.
So do you feel like frustrated, like you see other fighters, they might be making a lot of money and you've been vocal about, I haven't made this amount of money yet, I haven't even made the millions and millions yet. Do you feel frustrated when you see guys that you came up with in the game in the amateurs, knew these guys, they were your friends, and they making millions?
Listen, I can't be mad at them for what they're doing. I'm more upset with the business of it. That's all. Like, I'm not gonna pocket watch these fighters because they all did their thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Although they haven't accomplished what I think they haven't accomplished on my behalf. Every belt that you see here, I've carried.
Right. Right.
Here in the ring champs, I've carried.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
So, and all of that by 23. So it's more of the essence of like, there's business people that that really believe that you got to come this way or there's no way for
Or
you.
you won't win.
You won't win with
succeed.
us.
Right.
Because they taking a lot on the ends too.
What business people are those? What networks? I mean, talk about it.
I can't look. It's because look, I'm still in the huddle. I'm still in there.
Yeah.
I'm still in that hut. So
So
far.
you can't fire any shots at anybody yet because you don't know where you're
because
gonna end. So to
do I
speak.
got a fight line? I got things that we're talking about right now as we speak. Yeah, possibly Times Square here.
Right.
Rap.
Yeah, we heard.
But
you
ain't
were-
nothing solidified till I sign, so that shit could
But
change.
how confident are you in spending time with His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, right?
Yeah.
Being in that environment, you see what he's doing in the sport right now. I mean,
Yeah.
the card we just watched on
For sure.
February 22nd was amazing, right? Are you confident that you guys will work together and you will end up fighting on the same day of Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney?
To me, it's like with the ones in the royal family in Saudi, His Excellency and everyone that comes to play, I believe so. I believe that they are true men and women, but I believe that they are true men, that they know what they want out of this. And I think that me being, at the same time, his ring champion,
Right.
because now he is the owner.
Right, true.
That's a
Right.
good point. Yeah.
So I am his champion. Outside of the WBO, I'm their world champion,
Right.
but I am his champion. So you gotta display your ring champion.
I didn't think of it that way. That makes sense. So what are some of the names that they're giving? Is it Hitchins? Who is it? Arnold Barboza?
It's those two.
Those two.
two,
And which
yeah.
one would you rather? I know before you said, man, please don't say no Arnold Barboza, because maybe at the time he didn't deserve it, but now do you feel like he's deserving?
I mean, they both fighters have earned their shot at Teofimo.
Who do you want? Which one do you want more?
I think that if it's in a New York fight, I think for the aspect of it, King of New York type vibes, you got Hitchins.
Right.
Right? And he's a boxer. A lot of people say I don't do well with boxers, and I want to test that theory now moving forward.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like to test myself and show that I can. I just had a lot of difficulties last year.
Okay.
Hitchens said that you did. I mean, you, I think, stated that
Personal.
there was an offer made.
Sure, you would know, right? It's personal could really mess up your business.
Of course.
You guys went back and forth on social media.
Yeah.
You and Hitchens, and you claim, to my understanding, that there was an offer sent to him and he said it wasn't enough. How true is that? Talk about that.
I believe that what they have in mind, at least from His Excellency, I can't really say what's the number rate, but obviously.
But I'm not
if
talking about
there's
since you've been to Saudi recently. I'm talking about a few weeks back. There was some.
No,
back and
I know
forth.
exactly what
Okay.
you're talking about, Art.
Okay.
I'm just trying to kind of break it
together,
down
yeah.
for everyone. It's pretty much look, when I think if you're gonna, I guess they're not the way I am.
What's
If
that?
I say I'm gonna fuck you up or I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna fight you in the ring, I'm gonna fight you. And no matter how much they pay me, I'm gonna fight you.
You've proven that. All right. You've definitely proven that.
But these
For
other guys,
Lomachenko at 23.
and with Taylor too. Taylor, I didn't get a lot
Absolutely.
either.
I know.
So, and Comey, I think I got
That's a good point.
800.
Right.
And that was Richard Comey, top heaviest punches at 135 in that
he
So
was
in
a
other words,
and world champion.
you're not driven by money. Like if you really want to fight somebody.
If you want to fight somebody, but not only fight somebody, but knowing that when I beat you, this is the outcome from it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been played by the system of boxing by thinking that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But these other guys are in a safe net. They got safety nets. So even if they lose by me, they're going to be all right. Me, it was never that case.
Financially, you mean?
Yeah,
Right.
they'll be all right. But I think that what Hitchins probably is asking for is closer to 3. You know, and I don't know if His Excellency and those are the parties of Sila and for Riyadh season, I don't know if they think that's a worthy fight for it. But I think if it's hosted here, I believe it'll bring more volume. Because now you got 50 Cent that shouted out Richardson Hitchins. as the new IBF world champion.
So he's asking for close to $3 million.
I believe
This
so.
way. Okay.
I believe so. So what I've heard, because obviously it's a little bit of a conflict of interest because we have the same manager.
Same manager. What are you comfortable with making for that fight? Let's talk about it, because I'm always hearing about this money talk, right? And how fights don't get made. They don't get made. And nobody ever knows what this fighter turned down. What was it? Or this fighter priced, that's all I hear, this fighter priced himself out. I never know the numbers. So what do you need to make that fight happen and you be comfortable with it?
Right now, I need a fight.
Good answer. This dude always trying to get somebody's pocket.
Mind your business,
Let me
all right?
tell me what your paycheck is. That's this guy right here.
No, you don't understand.
Good answer.
That's part of the sport, because they bring that in when it comes to fights not being made.
Nah, nobody
It wasn't
asks you
enough.
how much you make.
Nah, but
It's not the same
not
thing.
everyone is like that. Right now, I have, me personally, I don't think anyone, it's weird.
This guy doesn't want to get my questions answered. He's
boxing-
my
boxing
co-host.
is
Nah,
weird.
nah,
The
nah.
hell?
You know, for
Mind your
years,
business.
I say, we shouldn't count nobody else.
All right, I'm assuming it's more than $3 million, if that's what Hitchins wants. So we'll leave it at that.
Now it's good money. Good money on the table, but it's a 3-fight. Now His Excellency wants to extend it to 4 fights, so that adds
for you.
more pay.
I mean, so
We're looking at over 30 million, so I've been chill.
There we go.
there we go.
You happy?
Yes,
You happy?
thank you,
All right,
thank you.
look. Do you think?
You're welcome, fans.
So imagine, imagine,
Nosy mother.
and it's gonna be a little bit more now. He wants his 4th fight, so.
All right, so do you think Arnold Barboza beat Catterall? Because that was a close fight.
I wish I could tell you. I didn't see it.
You ain't watching.
I was actually on my way from California back to Miami, but because I had I just wanted to spend some time with my fam for the Valentine. But had I known, I probably would just went straight to London. I should have just went straight to London. But then again, I thought we were marinating more of the Hitchins fight. So.
Right. Speaking of Hitchins, what was your take on his performance winning the title against Powell?
I don't think he thought he was gonna win.
You're saying that he went into the fight thinking he would lose?
Not thinking he would lose. It's just the reaction from
Or
him.
you talking about after the fight was
How
over?
he jumped up and fell on the floor.
I mean, he
and
won the world title. How did you feel when you won your
first
first
time.
world title
I just carried it.
against Coleman?
No, you ain't did a backflip.
You were happy. You did a backflip.
No, but that was after the win, right?
yeah. One
But
punch.
but when he got the win, he jumped on the floor and shit. Look, you know what? Emotions, right? You can't stop them when they're going through. Good for him. Good for him. I think he did well. He outboxed him. Very nice. Hitchins is a well-rounded fighter, and he got beautiful 1-2 punches, straight shots. So it'll be a great fight.
Who's a tougher fight, Arnold Barboza or Hitchins?
My mind.
All right, but I'm just saying. I get it. We ourselves are always our toughest opponent, but
On paper.
you look at each one. Who's the tougher fight?
My mind. It's just me every time, man. Do I still got it?
Yeah.
What Teofimo we gonna get?
So you still question
Wait.
yourself sometimes.
Those
saying,
are your thoughts, or you're just saying what people are saying
no,
about you?
he's saying that's his mind.
No, a
wanna
little bit
hear
of
him
both.
say it.
A little bit of both. You gotta mix it around.
So
Do
you
I-
still have those moments where you ask yourself, do you still have it?
Oh no, I do have it. I needed the Claggett fight though. That Claggett fight, even though it looked like whatever they wanted to say out of it, I threw the most punches in my career ever. Almost nearly 1,000 punches in 12 rounds, right? And but the main part of it, and I appreciate my father, who's my coach, my trainer. I appreciate him. He was telling me, "You're gonna get your second win. Don't worry about that shit. You're gonna get it." And I listened to him, well instructed, and while doing that, it almost gave me that quote from Muhammad Ali. He says, "The will must be stronger than the skill." And in that fight, my skills may not have been what I think the greatest, but it was my will. I lost fire in this game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Around what time period?
After Taylor, when I wanted to retire, because I kind of wanted to. I'm tired of wrestling with the devil.
Yeah.
You know, so to speak. Tired of it. You know, I want to just, now I got a 3-year-old, I want to spend real quality time with him and understand my love that I put into his mother. Now I see it walking around in this world, that being my son. So I want to really enjoy that moment. I haven't gotten to see him grow up, you know. I haven't seen him in over 2 months. So, you know.
Why is that?
His mother. And I just rather deal with the courts so that way we settle that shit over the way.
So you guys, you and his mother are not getting along, and which is causing visitation issues.
Yeah, it was. We just finished with the courts, so I'm good now. I just didn't want to deal with that shit prior to it.
Right.
I didn't want to deal with it. So what I do, kept myself busy, traveling around, promoting, giving back to communities, going to Texas, like poor little valley areas in Texas, you know, giving book bags and stuff, because you got also with the stuff that's going on with ICE deporting a lot of Hispanics around the world or around here in the U.S. So all these things, I'm just trying to, at the same time, be around and surrounded by kids while, you know, I'm missing mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, so
a
four fight deal, and you're all in right now with Turki.
I believe so, yeah. I would say if you're telling me from 100%, from his, I think he'll like 88%.
All right, so all of these ideas he have talking about Coliseum, Alcatraz,
Times
all of that,
Square.
Times Square, which one would you want to fight?
Well, I'm already lined up for Alcatraz.
Right.
Yeah.
That's on a different date.
But it's just on a different time now.
Okay, that's not the
because
main fight.
His Excellency, I'm not sure if I can elaborate on it, because that was part of the meeting with Benavidez and Crawford and myself. So I'll keep it there for now. Don't want to ruin the relationship with him as well. But yeah, big news of other parties coming involved. I mean, huge, big time. And I'll be main event for one of them, for one of those big shows that they plan on doing.
You just mentioned being in the room with Benavidez and Crawford. We talked about what happened with you guys on video. You mentioned sparring him, but do you still want to fight Crawford at some point in a professional prize fight?
I would like to, and I told him that, but it's not going to be there while he's with Turki.
Especially him going up to 168 to fight Canelo Alvarez.
That part too. So I just told him, like, we'll spar, but I ain't telling him the rules yet in the sparring. No headgear, and we do 10 ounces. So it's like a fight, just fighting.
I mean, that's foolish though. It's like a real prize fight and not get paid for it.
I'd rather get that than not fight him at all.
Fight him at all. I got you.
Is there something inside of you that dislikes Crawford? Is that what it is?
I like Crawford. Crawford likes me, and I knew that from just how he. I think people even, nobody's really talking about it, but he said when he sees me, he gonna right away hit me, you know, on sight. But he didn't do that.
Right. I mean, you guys were in a room with His Excellency and a lot of.
Oh
other
no,
people
this
so
was
far.
even without His Excellency there at the moment. You know?
There was an opportunity for that.
There was an opportunity for both of us to just handle it right there.
I mean, Crawford is level-headed. I don't think he's just going to jump on somebody. He probably wanted to really address it. And you guys addressed it. I mean, it seems like all is copacetic right now.
That's
so that's
I told him though, I text, but I turned off my phone. But I wrote him on DMs, and I just told him, well, we still need to settle this beat, like this situation, this matter, and in sparring. So I gave him my number and everything. I just told him, let me know when you're in camp.
Did he respond to you on the DM?
Yeah.
On Saturday, March 22nd, world champion Sebastian the Towering Inferno Fundora defends his title against Cordell Booker. And don't miss Jesus Ramos Jr. and Kevin Salgado in an all-Mexican showdown. Tickets on sale now.
Are you training with Eddie Reynoso to some degree? Is he part of your camp?
I believe so. I think that we still have to discuss certain things with him and my father, as like with the training situation. So I think once we get that involved, then I think we will definitely know it'll be definite or not.
With that being said, Canelo Crawford should happen in September should Canelo win in May. Right?
Yes.
And I know you're on record already saying that he can't beat Canelo. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think stylistically, Crawford could stay in there long enough. However, it's just with the weight and, I mean, Canelo, he's gotten better ever since Mayweather, but now he's decreased a little bit. Nevertheless, though, I think that think Canelo will get him.
You know who I want to talk about? I want to talk about Shakur Stevenson, because you guys were friends. I remember I did a show on Sirius XM years ago, and I had you, him, Jose Ramirez. Everybody was cool. Everybody was great. But now all of a sudden, it seemed like there's an issue. And the other day on the Art Award, Shakur said that, you know, you guys were in the same place, I guess in Saudi Arabia, wherever, and he was like, you were giving, what did he say? Like female vibe. He's just saying that you wanted the attention. You wanted people to look at you.
What you mean? Oh, what? Like, bro, I'm the takeover though. What you mean? I step in the room and I already take over.
Are y'all cool or not? You and Shakur.
Man, I was giving Buddy instructions while he was fighting Padley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, keep the left hand up, and I'm telling him, stick, goes back to the body.
Yeah, it don't seem like there's issues
All right,
between y'all.
is that a potential fight?
I want all of them to win at
All
the
right,
end of it.
you have a 4-fight deal. I need to hear the 4 names that ideally you would want. Not like, oh, this dude. Just give me 4 names
No
that
matter
you would want.
what.
If you
Well,
could
the
pick
winner,
them.
okay, the win. Well, right now I'm trying to push more on the Hitchins, but I know that we just had a little back and forth with Barboza this past weekend because His Excellency really wants that.
Okay.
So after that, I would like the winner right away from Boots Staniosis because they're fighting for the ring at
Really?
147. Yeah, so I'll be a 3-time lineal world champion at 28. I think that'll be amazing.
Okay, that would be
Nobody really calling out Boots.
Yeah, but well, it's the winner between Boots and Staniosis. Staniosis is still a live dog, even though he hasn't fought for about 14 months, I think.
okay. After that,
After that, the winner between Haney Garcia.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's 4 names right
That's
there.
well.
Hitchins,
Yeah,
Barboza.
yeah, and then those 2 after that. Yeah, unless there's somebody else that maybe I could catch at 154, but there's no, there's still people that need to, pick up.
You know what?
How you guys feel about Xander Zayas?
I like him, but it's still early. It's still early in his career, but I like him.
Is that somebody you would want to fight?
Oh no, I know him like that.
Oh, I see.
No, I think he's a good fighter. I think he's smart.
I like
think
going
he's
against. I like going after guys that are like world champions and shit.
Right.
He's still working his rankings,
Right.
but I think he deserves a title shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's worked his way up there. I think he's a hell of a fighter. I want to talk, you mentioned your father and Eddie, right, working together. I want to address something that I haven't had a clear answer about, right? People have been talking about your father getting punched in the face or beat up in some sort of gym.
That's crazy.
So I want you to give me the story about what if there was an incident with your father in the gym and somebody assaulted him. Just talk to me about it.
You know who would really be there though? You need to ask Coach K. Koroma, I think his name is. Coach K, he was the one that sucker punched my father. And then that was about it.
For what reason?
Well, because we were
going on.
Well, me and Keyshawn were sparring. We only did 4 rounds. Keyshawn's talking. Obviously, everybody else is there. Jared Anderson, Shakur was there. Antonio was there, the manager.
How long ago was this?
This is the video that just surfaced now of you and Keyshawn sparring during that situation.
How long ago was it? What time? When was this?
Oh, fuck, I remember. I think it was 20... I think it was the summer of 2019.
Okay. Go ahead. Continue story.
I think it was. But you gotta catch these guys though. And Keyshawn said we did like 8, 9 rounds, bro. We only did 4 because I didn't have a mouthpiece.
Okay.
So my dad asked for the sparring. They were agreed with the sparring. But prior to that, they saw my dad was falling on the floor because of his conditions. He was tired and shit. He wasn't feeling right.
So he collapsed.
He collapsed in the ring like 2 days prior to our sparring session. Okay. And everybody saw that in the gym. And perfecting athletes at the time, Denise and Paulina, the nutritionist team, the women, they saw that and they helped my father out because he was having heart issues.
Okay.
So all that being in there, then I think they just see, you see a weak guy. I think it's like you see prey at that moment.
And they
so
took advantage.
They took advantage of that.
So what happened?
So what happened was they were
just-
going back and forth.
Okay.
Keyshawn is, he's talking a lot of smack, first off. They always talk smack. But nevertheless, we did what, 4 rounds? And I think the only thing that really got crazy was the fact that I think he hit me behind the head.
Okay.
And my dad got mad about that. But then he turns around and then my dad's like, fucking hit him. So I hit him. And then after that, the bell rings and then Keyshawn hits me again.
After the bell.
After the bell.
Okay.
And that's when things got rowdy. So Kay goes inside, my dad goes inside, they're arguing, Keyshawn is there, I'm on my side. And then next thing you know, we're talking and I just see on the side of my eye, it's Kay sucker punching my father. And then he gets him back on the ropes. My dad grabs him They're holding on. My dad's telling him he can't breathe, but my dad tries to hit K. And then that was it. Everybody
What were you
jumps
doing
in.
at this point? Because they were trying to say that you watched it happen and didn't do anything to protect your father.
No, we all jumped in there.
Okay.
Everybody went so we could break it up.
Break it up. Got it.
And
So,
Antonio, Jay Prince's right hand man, he told all the fighters to head out because they started the fight and he didn't want to get them in trouble.
So your father never hit the canvas? Because they're saying that he got knocked out or whatever.
No, bro. We Spaniard, bro. we're part Spaniard and we're Honduran, but we're Spaniard, bro. Like, we got a chin. Like, for real, for real.
How's he doing now, his health?
Like, I've had flash knockdowns. I've never been knocked out.
Right. How's he doing now with his health?
He's been well. I've been wanting him to come around and shit, but y'all gotta understand, like, having 2 heart attacks and you know, almost a third one and all that shit. My father, you know, he's still hanging in there and all that, but it's not the same. So, you know, my only thing is that he's a great trainer and he knows stylistically with the ring IQ where I need to be at. I just don't like that if Reynoso comes into my camp, that they take all that credit away from my father and add that onto Reynoso.
I mean,
And that will
you
happen.
are who you are already.
But that will happen.
I mean, but to an extent.
Boxing
you are who you
business-wise,
are.
come on, business-wise, that will happen.
Yeah, look, Eddie's a hell of a trainer. We all saw what he did with Canelo, right? People, when Canelo lost to Floyd Mayweather,
But that's only
guess
one.
what people? No, I know, but I'm saying, guess what people were saying, right? That
I'm not taking away from them.
He made that
but,
one.
But listen, your father,
Scratch.
And my
your
father
father
made
made
that
one.
one.
Your father made one too. Only you.
No one can take that away
no.
from your father.
But they-
Let me finish my statement, right? So he's proved that he's from that pedigree. When people were saying you lost to Floyd, get a new trainer, Canelo stayed loyal and say, no, this is the guy. And look what he's accomplished since, right?
Yep.
So he's a great trainer, but it won't take away what you already accomplished, right? Like to your point, already unofficially 2 undisputed crowns, right? So I don't think that could ever be taken away from your father.
Never.
Even if Eddie gets some credit now.
I don't believe that.
Bro, that's going to block you. That's going to block you from more help.
No, it's not. No,
That's
I'm
gonna
not. I'm
block
not taking away.
That's
Look,
your
I'm not
emotions. I
take-
know you love your father, but it's
No,
going to
but-
block you, bro.
I don't take it this way. Look, I'm not gonna take away the fact that the benefits from it with Reynoso teaming up with Team Canelo. You know what I'm saying? We already worked with them a little bit. Got to see the feelings of it. It's more so of the fact that my father definitely has. I started with my father. I would like to end with my father. However, I don't want these other well-rounded people in the sport of boxing thinking that I'm not loyal to that.
Who cares
Right,
what
yeah.
they think, man? Who cares what they
I
think?
care because I've already. You know why I care, Ak Barak, is because despite how much I've accomplished,
Right.
it's not promoted that way.
Right, you don't get
Because-
the credit you deserve, you feel.
Let me tell you something. You will never get that. You
Yeah,
will
because I'm
you will
too
never.
great.
Floyd didn't get it, and Floyd's the best.
Yeah.
He didn't get it, so
Nobody's gonna
you
get
know
it
what? After a
when
while,
you're
Floyd
great.
wasn't looking for it no more.
Yeah. I just want my father to feel appreciated.
I know,
Right,
I
right.
get it, but don't let
It's
that
hard
stop
for my
you from
mans.
getting more help in your camp.
Listen,
especially
I'm not-
with his
I'm not-
health.
I'm
I
not
don't
taking-
think he's going to stop it because he's obviously
I don't
already
know.
agreed
It's-
that he's already agreed
No,
that
I
he's going
agree
to be
to it,
working with Eddie.
Yeah.
So
I just need. This is the discussion we need to talk to with Eddie. Is that thank you for the help. It's gonna help me. Yep. I can learn things from them. But understand that my father is still my trainer.
how does your father feel
trainer.
about that? About you working with Eddie? What's his take?
He's
on
the
it?
one that insisted, Eddie.
Okay.
Just
So
leave
it's a
it,
perfect
bro.
situation.
Stop. Leave it. Leave it.
Listen, it seems like Eddie and your father will be at the corner for your next fight.
That's what we're looking at.
Possibly.
Yeah. No, that's what we're looking
Well,
at.
well, what if you do fight on the 2nd in New York City, Eddie, wouldn't he be in Saudi Arabia with Canelo fighting on the 3rd of May, which is a day later? So he might not be in the corner. But
Yeah, that's the thing that His Excellency was thinking about with me. Either Saudi with Canelo on his card
Wow.
or New York.
you know,
Right.
So I was
that's
sitting
not
there.
established yet.
I was like, but no. I was like, but why not Times Square and why not New York?
Yeah.
You know?
And what did he say? And he
He
said,
said-
okay, then Times Square.
No. He didn't at first. But now he sat back watching the event, watching the show. I think them promoting me as well, the zone, and putting me out there. I think he changed his mind and said, okay, I think we could do Times Square. I think that's why he wanted the Barboza, though. I think it'd be all full Mexican card. and with Canelo on May 3rd. No matter what, those are two great fights and great events.
It is.
So I'm not
It's
mad
an
at it.
incredible weekend.
Listen,
happy.
speaking of Saudi, one thing that stood out to me was the great, and some people say the greatest lightweight of all time, Manos de Piedra Duran, was wearing a hat that said "Make boxing great again."
He created it, right?
Hold on.
I think.
When we were watching the card, everybody was like, "I want that hat. The hat is amazing." You walk in the studio today, in our studio here at Diamantes in New York City, with the hat on that says "Make boxing great
You
again."
stole it from Duran.
The hands of stone.
And you, hold up, no, on a serious note, you tell us that this is your trademark, you own Make Boxing Great Again. You even said, yeah, he wasn't allowed to wear that, even though he's an all-time great, but I gave him a pass.
And he didn't bring no hats for us here.
No,
though.
no hats for
I ain't
us.
seen no hats.
Talk about,
My concept here, make boxing great again. So I actually did. I copyrighted it, trademarked it prior to announcing it, and at perfect timing because His Excellency really kick-started everything this year with the Ring magazine and all these new changes in the sport. Now you got Make Boxing Great Again.
Are you going to sell merchandise with that on there?
Yes, now that's what I'm working on. Definitely contacting other corporations and other people. Would love Lids to be a part of this and, actually and collab with them. And let them even test the market and stuff. Because I had the Black History Month Make Boxing Great Again hat.
Right.
Trying to do different type of combinations to it. And
Have you wore that? Have you worn it? Nobody's talked about that, though.
Yeah, I know, because I'm not Roberto Duran.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm
It
talking about
takes
the fact
levels.
with all the backlash about the supposed racist remarks, but you wearing a Black History Month hat, I haven't seen them.
No?
Have you seen them?
No.
Well, then again, I have yet to, these are all prototypes.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everything that I'm doing are prototypes just to test the market, test
haven't
what
put
people
it
feel
out
like
yet.
that. Yeah, but absolutely.
I love the concept.
Yeah, this one's more like a Valentine theme. We got a Black History Month theme. Definitely working on different, even countries I'm talking about. So what I noticed though with the hat that they made for Roberto Duran, Make Boxing Great Again, with my trademark, they put the Saudi flag on the side.
Right.
So that was pretty cool.
I want to talk about the company, the management company, split team that represented you throughout your whole career.
Yeah.
Mick Waters, done a great job with you, but you decided to part ways and join Keith Conley, who's also a phenomenal manager, right? Talk about that transition and why you decided to switch teams.
Well, I started with McWhorter. I believe I signed with David McWhorter back in 2015. So I was still amateur at that time.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
It's 10 years you're talking about already. Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. He definitely was there with us after the Golden Gloves. He was there for the Olympic qualifiers and mainly for the Olympic trials when the same year, that year when I won. But yeah, just that relationship overall. I mean, he's done a great job. He's done a fine job. I'm not going to take nothing bad from it. I think these are just good learned lessons that I experienced. He will always talk to me like if I was one of his, like his kid and stuff. And, so just with those things and that type of relationship, it was always great. I believe though, as time passed, the more I achieved and stuff, it's just a little bit harder. I need a guy that's really gonna shoot for the moon.
Stars.
Yeah, really. And I think I didn't get that so much from him, the way I wanted it to be. I think that he was creating more of relationships rather than certain deals that I needed at that time.
Okay.
But nevertheless, McWhorter is definitely a good manager to have around, especially in the beginning of your career. And just like anything else, some things are, as long as we have our relationship as friendships and stuff, I think that.
So you guys are still friends?
Yeah, never be nothing more than that. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's done a hell of a job overall in my career. And he's doing great for other fighters too. He even made Ivan Baranchik at that time IBF world champion. So, he's had a few guys that definitely are world-class fighters.
Right. So earlier you said, last year was a tough year for you. So what's been the toughest thing in your life?
I gotta say that most toughest thing in my life, I guess finding the love for my sport without just going in there to fight. I think it's a weird combination. I think that I didn't spar a lot. I probably sparred like 7 times.
That was crazy, but
I probably sparred 7 times in that whole year with 2 fights
that was crazy.
in total. I didn't spar a lot.
You told us that last year, and you told us that like that was something that you did on purpose, but in reality, you were struggling or something.
I was struggling because I guess I just didn't want to fight anymore. But I was just
passion for it.
Yeah.
You feel obligated to do it for monetary reasons.
Exactly, for monetary reasons. That's a good way to put it.
So is that love back?
Yes.
And what triggered it, do you think?
Well, one, I think the official announcement with my divorce is definitely key because any broken heart that you go through is actually your make through in anything because you're so determined. Secondly, my thrive and drive for it. I found that kick, like, oh shoot, I really do like fighting. What am I talking about? I love actually hitting a guy, cracking him in the face, and seeing how they react to it. You know, at the same time, getting hit a little bit too.
Yeah.
So I actually felt that again, and I was happy, smiling. So that feels great. And then thirdly, really, it's just the I'm back to my one thing that I needed the most. That I'm here today, and for that reason, boxing.
Yes.
I was trying to do everything else, knowing boxing will always be there.
Right.
But then I forgot me, because without my boxing, there is no anything else around here. So my love for my wife, my first wife, really, is boxing. And she's here right now, and we're here together, all of us, for that reason.
Well, I want to bring up a matchup right there. To me, and for many years, it was one of the best in all of boxing, and I think today it still is. Yeah. And that's you versus Gervonta Davis, right? Because of the explosiveness that both you guys bring to the table, the power, the twitchy speed. It's a mouth-watering fight for fight fans, right?
And the baiting.
Right, obviously, yeah. I mean, look.
The baiting.
The baiting, you're right.
We know how to bait.
So, obviously, he's fighting Lamont Roach this week in New York City. He's also mentioned things about on site with you, so to speak. You know, I guess some subliminals out there because of those comments about the monkey and the banana and all that. Like he's the one that said that he wouldn't want to fight him, right? Was it him that said, I don't even want to fight him now because he's a racist,
you
right?
Want to give you the bag
now,
or something like that, maybe?
Because I noticed you mentioned.
I know Keyshawn said that.
Right,
yeah,
Keyshawn said
that.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think
yeah,
Javante has said that as well.
He said he don't want to give you the bag or something like that.
No, yeah,
right.
He said.
So, is that fight on your trajectory? Like, I know we just talked about 4 names. You didn't mention him, but he is one of the biggest stars in the sport, and it seems like one of the best matchups. Is he on your agenda at some point?
To be honest, I would like it. I think that's a fight that it'll be definitely needed for the sport of boxing.
Right.
It's like, you know, a lion and a gorilla, you get to finally see them face each other.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you get to actually see that, not just from a jungle aspect, but now from a human specimen aspect. So I think that would be great. You got basically 2 guys that are like kings at what they do best, and they know how to fight.
Is it safe to say they don't like each other?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like anybody that's pretty much a possibility of a match. Yeah.
Who do you dislike the most out of all the people you've gone back and forth with?
Who do I dislike the most?
Mm-hmm.
Don't say yourself.
Other than myself.
My mind.
I guess, should I give it to him?
Should I give him the dislike award?
Dislike award. I gotta say Keyshawn Davis.
Really?
Even more so than Tank.
Yeah, he lies too much.
Like?
I think the whole knocking out and him knocking my dad out, I didn't like that part. The rounds that he expressed, I think this boastful feeling of that he is that guy. I mean, it's top ranked. They know how to line up matches for the guys.
So he could be a potential opponent as well.
Yeah, if he says, but he doesn't want to fight a racist. It's crazy. I think that's just I think that's something that they have planned for him right now. But yeah, it could be a possibility. I get to school the young buck and show him how it's really done. Lastly, though, I will say.
There's a tie.
There's a tie with
somebody. I would say, yeah, Tank Davis. I think I don't like him just for the fact that, Look, he's doing great for the sport as far as like knowing how to generate it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's cool. That's great. He knows what he's doing with that side alongside with Al Heyman and the team. But I just don't like a guy that doesn't want to fight fighters, like true fighters. But then again, because look at it, Lamont Roach is a world champion at 130.
Yes.
Going up to 135. We've seen Leo Santa Cruz fight from 126
to 130.
To 130. You know, we've seen Jose Pedraza when he won his first world title against Pedraza, but who hadn't fought for like 24 months or so, or 18 months. So there's ways that they know how to do these things.
In Tank's defense, though, he did go up to 140 and fought a guy in Barrios. Barrios is huge, and he's won since then big fights. Mario has, right? And he's a big guy, so he's willing to fight a bigger guy as well.
At what cost, though?
Would you do a rehydration clause if you fought Tank?
But why?
Would you, though?
But I'm just saying, why?
To fight Tank, to get that biggest bag of your life, would you sign a rehydration clause?
Are you saying that, insinuating that that's what they would ask for?
I'm just because he's in a different weight class.
Well,
that's all. And if it
what's
was
the
offered,
clause?
That's
the thing, because I'm world champion at 40. I'm not gonna go down. I can't.
So if he comes up to 140, would you?
So what if you can only gain 10 pounds?
Look, if Tank believes he could beat me, there shouldn't be no rehydration clause. I don't balloon up anyways. So I go up, the max I go up at 40, I go up like 54. You know what I'm saying?
On that note, all of the fighters that you mentioned that are on your list and the possible fights that happen, hopefully this 4-fight deal with His Excellency happens. Looking forward to see you back in the ring.
They are talking about Shakur and Davis though.
Shakur and Davis fighting each other?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a fight that His Excellency is working on.
Now, I wouldn't say he's working on, but it's been talked about.
Okay, right. Yeah. I mean, that's a great matchup as well. But you're one of the most exciting fighters in all of boxing. Nobody can deny that.
I need to be, though, this year.
So we need to see you in the ring.
It's like, it can't be a want no more. This shit got to be a need. So that's what driven me a lot, too. Not to extend this part of the conversation, but
right.
I need to. There's no wants anymore in this shit.
No, I hear you.
Like, I need to.
Of course. How many times you want to fight this year?
I'm only gonna probably get 2 this year.
To make it clear, Teofimo Lopez addressed it here. He's not a racist. No. The comments that he, do you feel like you have to apologize to the people you offended at all?
Fuck you. Grow some balls.
Nah, bro, don't say that. Don't say that.
And make sure to watch me May 2nd or May 3rd and to see your boy whether win or get knocked out. And I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for always supporting me and loving me or hating me. Either way, jealousy has is a bittersweet fruit. It tastes real good sometimes.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate y'all.
The Ring Champs, and Ak Barak. Peace and love.